So welcome to this wonderful course, AP World History. And what I want to start with is the idea that AP World is the newest of the AP histories. When I was in high school, I took AP US History and AP European History, but AP World didn't exist. And the reason it didn't exist is because it was a budding field and it hadn't come to be cemented. The world as a single unit is a relatively new concept, right? Globalization is a new concept. And so it took until 2002 for AP World to become a course. And what that symbolizes is the theme of this course, right? That this is not about individual dead white men. When we look at dead white men, we say gross. That is not what this course is about. Instead, AP World is about the history of human webs. And this book, The Human Web by McNeil and McNeil, is a seminal book for AP World, and it guides this idea of we are studying the big picture of how humans interact. And so when we look at what do we study in AP World, it is a history of webs. Well, what do I mean when I talk about webs? Well, you described it in the do now, but we talk about webs according to Spice T: social, political, interactions with the environment, cultural, and technological. So instead of studying a history of an individual, Hitler doesn't even need to be individually covered in the course. Instead, we discuss big picture trends that are webs. Webs like the Columbian Exchange, right? Environmental connections. Webs like the steamship, human connections through technology. Webs like the spread of Islam, connections through culture. Webs like the Ottoman Empire, a connection through a political web. Okay? And now, 800 years of webs is a lot of webs to study. That's very intimidating. It's a lot of content. And so we break it up into periodizations. When you look at 800 years of history, you could say, that's too much. But instead, we break it down into periodizations, and that makes it all more digestible for our students. So my spokesperson here is going to say, understanding the periodizations of AP World History has helped me feel confident and excited for the workshop and the school year. So that brings us to our aim today. Our conference rock stars will be able to identify periodizations and historical reasoning skills of the course and apply them to an overview of the course and exam description and to multiple choice question items from the AP World exam. So our goal is to identify our periodizations, identify our thinking skills, and be able to see them in everything that AP World throws at us. I already introduced our course. We're going to look at what we learn in AP World. I'm going to lecture, and then we're going to do an exercise with it. Then we're going to talk about historical thinking skills, watch a video of teaching, look at some lesson aims and talk about historical thinking skills there, and then apply it all to the AP test. Okay, so let's get started. What is AP World History? And we're going to start with a reading.